done introduction to Matt, Rob, Reed, and myself, Shannon. And I apologize, I forgot name tags for us. So.
It's okay.
You know what? I'll
Write your names on the back.
in case they show up, I don't want to use their. If you forget my name, just let me know, and I'll read it. So, all right. Let's start. Everybody's got a drink. Feel free to get up and everybody sign consent. Correct? Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm the moderator tonight, which means my role is to keep the discussion going and pose the questions and make everything go smoothly. So we'll make sure we'll have Diana, if you flag her if you need a drink or something like that. Don't worry, we're really casual. We are here today to understand your habits and needs surrounding how you plan a night out in Austin.
Go.
Okay? Does that sound like a topic you probably have some input on? Okay. So we want to know how you plan, whom you include, how you find out about new venues, bands, festivals, restaurants, events, things going on, and what's easy and hard about planning the event. Things like that. So after we establish how you do this, how you do it currently, then we want to talk about how that process of planning social activities could be improved. So that's the basic gist of what we're here to do. So there are no wrong answers, just differing points of view. So feel free to share whatever you want to share. We just ask that you don't have to agree with everyone, just respectfully listen to their views. And keep in mind that we are just as interested in negative comments as positive. Oftentimes the negative comments are actually where insights are and where you find out things that are quite interesting. We will parking lot things. Reed will parking lot something if it's for kind of going down a rabbit hole and we need to kind of come back to the center and focus on something else. And we are going to video this, and we're videoing this mainly for the audio. It's not about what you look like or how much food you ate or anything like that. Yeah, don't feel like you know. It's really just to get the audio, because there's no way I can moderate and take notes at the same time and capture everything you say. So we want to make sure we get everything. And if we could ask that you turn your phones and pagers or phones, anything you have off. I don't think any of you would have pagers. It's kind of a dated.
It's going back.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Is it? Yeah.
That was actually how I get
It's
around.
going to be steampunk.
But if you need to leave it on and you need to respond to something, totally cool. Just step out and come back in whenever you can. So it's not a big deal. We're gonna be on a first name basis here, so you have complete confidentiality and you've signed that. And so what we say here, we ask that you not share it further. And likewise, if you were to share something, we would respect that about you. So everything's safe around the table, and the restrooms are right out there. Been here before. This is my first time in Austin, Java, so in this location. So, all right. So y'all ready to get started?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to just to get started. I'd like for everybody to tell us what your favorite food truck is in Austin, or restaurant. If you're not a food truck person, that's fine. And the last concert you attended. So say your name and those two things. We'll start with Lauren.
I think my favorite food truck is probably, well, I'm trying to be vegetarian now, but it was Three Little Pigs down on East 11th. I like that trip there a lot. Used to be cheaper, now it's more expensive. But the last concert I went to was probably during South by Southwest. I think, gosh. Yeah, I think it was probably a fair for it. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with the best food truck, I like to go to this place called, if I go to a food truck at all, I think you just could go because of the novelty, but it's called Salty Balls. I can't really, it's right there next to Spider House. Spider House has like this little ball they have like mixtape 8-track experiences. So you walk up to it, pick an 8-track audio, old cassette, and order some Japanese balls. And
Okay.
yeah, so it's really interesting.
Oh, the place is called Salty Balls.
Yeah. But
Excuse me.
yeah, no, it's a nice food truck. Next door to that, there was a Greek food truck too, some Japanese and Greek. Actually, now that I think about it, there is a good place off of Rainy Street that has waffles and chicken. Yeah, it's a waffle chicken.
So it's a three-way tie.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. I mean, how can you go wrong? You got gyros, Japanese bowls, and some pancake, waffle, chicken. But the last concert I went to go see was a country music star. I was invited to go to it. I don't remember what his name was. He wears rhinestone jackets. He just came to town with Stubbs.
Oh, Dwight Yoakam.
Yeah.
Yoko,
Dwight.
yes, so you know about him.
Nice.
So I became a Yoko fan.
Well done.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Chase.
Okay, I think Polvo's is probably the best restaurant in South Austin, so I want to rep South Austin. But then I would say that there's a banh mi truck at Charlie's that's really, really good. And then the last concert I went to was Tame Impala at Stubbs.
Okay.
For restaurants, I don't know if I have a favorite. I guess the first thing that came to mind was I get migas at Serrano's every Sunday. It's kind of a ritualistic thing. I've tried many migas throughout Austin. It's good, and I highly recommend it.
Okay.
And I'm not being paid to endorse them. What was the other question? Oh, the concert. I saw Darwin Dees at South by Southwest, and that's the only band I really remember that there was so many other ones that I don't recall for no particular reason.
Okay. Fair enough.
I really like Hey Cupcake.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this counts as a food truck, but Garage Mahal on Rainy. It's like a truck, then there's also like a tent, so I don't really know what it is. Sometimes there's like a dinosaur thing. And I was at South by like the tail end, and I just saw some free bands whose names I don't remember, but one of my friends' bands called Growl performed recently, so I saw them.
Okay. Great, thanks. Hi.
Hi, my name is Letty. There's an accident, so I'm like.
Letty, it's okay. How about if you sit there and I'll give you your tag, we'll get you set up real quick.
I'm really sorry.
It's
It's like
okay.
30 minutes late. I feel terrible.
It's a perfect segue. All right, there's a confidentiality agreement, and you can sign that for me. And we'll get you a drink as soon as Diana comes back in.
Sure, thank you. I
You're
can't
welcome.
apologize.
No, no worries. And please feel free to help yourself to the food. And actually, you can hold off on the confidentiality. We need you to answer a question.
Shoot.
Okay, your favorite food truck or restaurant in Austin, and the last concert that you attended.
I like Eastside Cave, of course. And I guess, does a show I played count as the last concert I saw was Ocean Blue during South by Southwest.
Okay. All right. Okay. So now we'll go on, and then I'll give you a little breathing room, Letty. Excuse me. Okay, so as I said, we're here to learn about a little bit more about your social life and how you plan social activities. Oh, we didn't. Oh, I'm so sorry. Brian, please tell us.
I'm
your
hiding
favorite-
outside the camera unless you got a real wide-angle lens there.
I apologize.
No. I mean, if this is just an opener,
No.
I don't care. It's fine. Okay, so really quickly, okay. Great restaurants. Top favorite, 888 on Old Torf, a Vietnamese restaurant. If you go to taco trailers or trucks, I still love Torchy's Tacos. It's so classic. The cost for the variety and the names, it's just great theme and everything. When it comes to groups, I highly, highly recommend. If you go to Farah's, I think it's either Wednesday or Thursday night, Farah's Mediterranean Grill on North Loop, there's a group called the Flying Balalaika Brothers. It's Ukrainian and a Russian dude. They did the soundtrack for Six String Samurai.
Nice.
This guy is the most ridiculous amount of action on any kind of like mandolin guitar I've ever seen in my life. The YouTube videos are incredible and they're super friendly. They've been partnering up with multiple artists. It's very much like if you would think of the 1930s, 40s with like Picasso the Hemingways and all those artists kind of getting together.
Right.
They're very similar. They just got their own house and a studio, and they play there and a couple other locations. But I highly recommend the gypsy music that they play. That's their style.
Cool.
Seriously,
cool.
go there for the hookah and the singing, and they're very approachable people.
Nice.
So.
Okay. I feel like I'm gonna leave here with lots of tips
Yeah.
about things to do. Okay, okay, so now I want you to think about the last time you went out. That's okay if it was last night. Who went? Was it 2 people? Was it a group? Where did you go? Was it a movie, a dinner, a show, an art gallery? Was it last minute? Did you plan it out? And who decided? You or the person that you went with? So kind of think about that for a second, and if anybody wants to volunteer to go first and tell us about your last.
Okay. We went to Casino El Camino, the new one on.
Casino El Camino?
Yeah, on was it like 71 basically?
Mm-hmm.
And we were just hanging out. I live in a duplex, and I live in the front unit, and all my friends live in the back unit.
Mm.
So there's always that interaction, and they're always like just hanging out, drinking beer. And so I went out there, and they were like, "Let's go." So we just went. And what else? Did I miss anything?
It sounds like it was kind of spur of the moment.
Yeah,
right?
definitely
Okay.
spontaneous.
With the friends that live near you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much it.
Yesterday I went to a surprise birthday party, and it was a Facebook invite from this guy's fiance.
Okay.
So, I think
So
there
that's
was
how
like,
you found out about it, Facebook?
yeah, a few days ago, there was like 8 or 9 of us, and she cooked up food, and went to the liquor store and bought some stuff, and waited on him for way too long to show up. When he finally did, it scared the crap out of him, and he hit a pinata.
Okay.
Good night.
Nice. All right. Who else?
I went to here, I'll sit in front of the camera. Went to a sound healing event. Slightly social, slightly business. So friends of mine are interested in the whole, New Age, spiritual awakened community here in Austin. It's a really strong, growing movement. There's a young woman who's very talented, amazing singing voice. Tina, who plays the other A, yeah, plays Tibetan singing bowls, and she leads, in this yoga studio that she rents with other people that come in and provide all sorts of shavasana and different types of techniques. Hers is sound healing, and she plays the singing bowls, and it resonates the room, and she leads people through a exercise that allows folks to relax and connect with the higher spirits and that sort of thing. I'm atheist, so I enjoyed the experience just from the entertainment perspective of it, and for the purposes of considering that there is a group of people in the city that want to make films in that vein. They want to make content for that type of community. They're very attracted to that growth of affinity towards, East meets West, spirits and seraphim and that kind of stuff.
Were you by yourself?
I went by myself.
Okay.
The previous experience associated would be like a group type of thing, which I think maybe what you're alluding to.
Oh, it
okay.
could be, and it doesn't. You don't have to have one. Or
Okay.
the other.
Well, I just want to give you the best
Cool.
answer that you're looking for. So
You're doing
that would be the absolute last experience. Before that, there were social community engagements, McKinney
You know what,
Falls,
yeah.
and other stuff. But yeah.
I think you'll have an opportunity to bring those up.
Okay. Stepping away.
We'll cover all sorts
Cool.
of stuff. So, how about you, Lauren?
I mean, I guess it depends how you define going out.
However you
like.
define it.
Hmm?
However you define it.
Okay, well, the last time I went out was last night. Just a bunch of my friends got together to go to Red Mango.
Mhm.
But yeah, this weekend was more of an organized thing. I went to go do square dancing at the American-Statesman mansion off of Mopac with yeah, there's like a folk group in Austin that gets together and they jam, and then there's like a bunch of contra dancers and people who do square dancing
Cool.
every once in a while. So I did that, and then I went over to a party at my friend's house.
Okay.
Just a bunch of drunks, aren't we?
I don't know. I want to add to that, I guess, because I got invited to a birthday party. Shouldn't actually say where, but it's kind of one of those things. But it was a birthday party. Got invited. Used my phone texting back and forth. Used our calendar to sync up, times and schedules a couple days ahead of time. And to kind of, because stuff falls through. So I used to do 512 to go and organize a second, just in case something falls through, I can go to this instead. So when I plan, when I go out, it's usually me planning. Usually me herding cats and me setting things up. I usually get notified about what's going on through my network of relationships. I'm usually pointed in the right direction by.
What is that?
I get notified like where to go just by people I know.
Oh, you said my network. I
Yeah.
thought you said lie network. I want to make sure that wasn't a new network I didn't know about.
There's always a network for everything.
Yeah.
It's the truth. But yeah, no, that's how I usually do things. I get notified, or I go on my own, like do 512, or go across Facebook. People call me because I'm like the hub for a lot of things. But yeah, last time was a birthday party, a lot of drinking, gentlemen's club. So
Okay.
yeah, birthday party.
All right. Right, you have a
Well, on Sunday, I went to the Sahara Lounge, and my friend was having a, like an open mic type of songwriter thing. But my friend and I decided to play, like he invited us via Facebook, but my friend and I decided to play like last minute, and we played a couple acoustic covers, which is weird because I've never played acoustically, but they were good, and it was fun.
What do you play?
I sing and play additional percussion.
Right on.
I guess. Like tambourine, that's the fancy way to say I play the tambourine. And I twirl. Like Stevie Nicks. But yeah, that's the last place I went to the Sahara Lounge. That's nice. I like it there. There's a soul happening next Friday.
Last night, my apartment is connected to this giant house, and so last night, the house just had a big party, and it was mostly via Facebook, I guess it is, that I knew about it, and most of my friends went, so we just went in a big group over there, and then before that, last weekend I went downtown, so I just take a bus,
Okay.
and usually I would go with like 2 or 3 people, and then you end up seeing everyone you know. So
Okay. So in thinking about those experiences and other experiences of going out, just in general going out in Austin, the groups that you go out with, are they typically mixed male, female, or all male, all female? Are they your age? Or, did you go out with people right around your age? What's your usual? What is their usual?
Tend to target older people because I assume that they know more or have access or have been in Austin longer and therefore have an idea of what's really going on. I'm also a little, maybe, I don't know, everybody else maybe have a different perspective in what they do, but I actually go out of my way to target people that are not white. And that's a little weird, but I do it because I know those communities are extremely exclusive in some ways, just because it's kind of awkward for other people to get into them. And so, like, my girlfriend, for example, is Indian, and the girlfriend before that was Latina. And I'm not like trying to be a serial cultural dater, but it just ends up that I find affinities in these other groups that are just opens my mind. I used to be in the military, I was overseas, and my mind was totally opened up by making friends with the other side, not like the enemy, but
Right.
the other cultures. And so I've become a little addicted to that. And so I on meetup.com, that's really where I find a lot of stuff that's going on. I get tons of updates. I don't even RSVP to stuff. I just throw it in my calendar as if I might go to it, and I'll just show up and crash it. And I go for a lot. I target the stuff that seems very international, cultural, because I like to be bedazzled by new things that are multicultural. And every once in a while, I find something that sticks. There are some amazing groups around here.
So Meetup is how you find out about.
Yeah, Meetup is the principal means that I use. I just basically have a fire hose of. I'm signed up to 92 different groups.
92 on
92
Meetup.
on Meetup, and I get a fire hose of emails, and they're all going into a certain folder, and I go through, and it's really simple. The interface sends you basically, this event's taking place, would you like to add it to your calendar? And I use Google products, so it basically, bam, I hit it, it goes right into my calendar. throughout the day, at the end of my work day, I open up my calendar and I see all the events that are taking place right then and there, and I can choose if I'm tired, I go, home and eat a burrito or Torchy's taco or whatever and go to bed, or I can go to any one of these groups and alert friends. I'm not so much in the position you have where you're the connector getting it from direct people. I have to rely on a stream of information. For me, email is the way I like to connect. So integrating my calendar with my email has been the most efficient means for me keeping track of what's going on, because the emails are able to be filtered, whereas Twitter is just a constant. How do you pull tweets off to the side to save them? Facebook, my events stream is just so convoluted. It's not a very sophisticated interface. So for me, I push it through email.
Do you find yourself getting, when you say email more through your phone or through?
Yes, what I'm able to do, because unfortunately the interface is somewhat limited in mobile, I will add things to my calendar in mobile form, and then by the end of the day when I go home, I can actually set all the additional features. Because honestly, some of the mobile products, they'll let you do certain things like, here's the time where you get in and get out, and here's but you can't star it or add an extra icon, that kind of stuff that you would see if you have the full browser interface.
Right.
So that's my experience. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys in understanding the process.
So who else? Do you guys typically go out with, Kelly, is it your girlfriends or mixed groups or?
For the most part, I guess it's mostly girls. Usually I'm 21, most of my friends will be around there, other students or recent graduates. My sister lives in South Austin, she's 27, so I go out with her and her friends sometimes too. But for the most part, I guess it's mostly girls and mostly my age.
Yeah. Okay. Is anybody different than that, or?
I think I have a pretty varied group. I go out with I go out with people, I'm 30, so I go out with people a few years older than me, but I hang out with people as young as 19. I just have young friends for some reason. I guess it's just a crowd. I run good because I'll never age. But now they're both boys and girls, but it depends on where you're going. Like this weekend, I'm having a ladies brunch for my friends, so that's just ladies, and we'll wear fun hats, and that's a ladies thing. But then on Sundays, I play kickball, and it's of course boys and girls, and so it depends on where you're going. Last weekend, me and a few girlfriends decided to go to a hotel bar. We're gonna go to a hotel bar, so we went to the Hilton bar, and so just things like that. Depends on where you're going and what you're doing. You don't want boys around to be gross, stinky.
Okay.
No,
What? No,
disruptor.
no.
No, I tend to like to roll with sort of a collective group of older and younger. I usually hang around affluent people just because I like to surround myself with people that I can help get where I need to get going.
How did you describe them? What kind of-
Affluent.
Affluent.
Yeah,
Okay.
affluent people that have means to do things I want to do. But I also like to hang out with a majority of young people that tend to not care about what they do. They just want to go out, go with the flow of things, be happy. We'll find something to do. Just roll. Very much the California way. It's just cruise. But that's the thing too. It's a good question because I think I hang out with a lot of women actually. So most of the guys I hang out with are my best friend and roommate.
So how does that influence what you do, and who makes the decisions? Is it?
It's an interplay. It's a really weird dynamic because usually the women in the group they kind of have their own predisposition of where they want to go because they usually dress up and want to look good for themselves or look good for people they're trying to attract. But for the men, we just we like to.
We all just shamefully put our heads down.
Can I add? Just because I find the women are really good at planning stuff.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But the guys, they'll wait till the last minute. But when they do plan or pick something, it's finite. They pick it and they do it.
Yeah.
Right.
And so that dynamic I experience, and it is across cultures. So I will see. Good grief, we went to. Here's my chance to bring it up again. Haha. McKinney Falls. All right. You were teasing me earlier about that, so I'll bring it up. But anyway, so we went to McKinney Falls. It was couples in this particular instance, and the females planned it weeks, 4 weeks in advance.
Yeah.
And there was so much indecision, but it was the one day prior that the guys basically said, this is what I'm getting, this is what I'm getting, are you getting this? Okay, well, be a smart person and pick up what you don't think you have, and if we have extra, then we have it. The end. You know, the willingness to have such an long plan, you know, a cycle to plan stuff and come to a decision, because we have so many other things that we really want to focus on. It's not that our times are loaded with more or less work. It just, for whatever, the approach is different.
Right.
So that's how it gets balanced out. A lot of the initiation is done by the women,
Yeah.
and the guys will make executive decisions when they feel like they have to make a decision.
Yeah, yeah.
And only when they have to absolutely make a
And,
decision.
but
Is
that's
that
in
okay
the
to
case
say that?
when it's a mixed group.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested when it's a group of girls, how often do you plan in advance versus how long?
Never.
It's always last minute.
I
It's-
never plan anything in
Okay.
advance. I like it when things are planned in advance. I just usually let someone else do it. Like
So you would-
you could
Yeah,
heard my
I-
my friendly cats. I 0% like to plan.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very much for me. I usually end up planning, having the calendar set up to where the feeds of events are going, and then I mass text people, and then once I've mass texted, usually in the morning, but I haven't heard back from the people I'm trying to get to go.
I don't know. I'm pretty active on Yelp, and I get the do 512 emails and all of that. So like if there's something free after work or like but that's usually something that I would go to with my friends, not with my coworkers.
Okay.
But if there's something going on after an event that we all go to at work, then like we'll go to that. But
What other sites or